Hey, I'm Mike Baccarell, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most essential note groupings used in jazz improvisation, and then we're going to take a look at a couple examples of how Bruce Forman uses it. Let's take a look. Before we get started, if you like the video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel to grow. And if you're interested in this kind of content, please consider subscribing. I release new jazz guitar lesson videos every single Sunday, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're interested in supporting me further, please consider joining my Patreon, where you can find a PDF for every lesson video I've ever released, as well as new jazz solo transcriptions every single week. Now let's get started. If you've seen my previous Bruce Forman lesson where I talk about Bruce Forman's 3-note groupings, this concept goes hand in hand with that. Whereas in the previous lesson, we took every single whole step in the scale and put a chromatic in it. With this concept, we're going to take every minor third contained in the scale and put chromatics through that. So in this case, we're going to demonstrate in the key of F major. And if we take a look at an F major scale, we can see that there's a minor third between the 2nd and the 4th, the 3rd and the 5th, the 6th and the root, and the 7th and the 9th. And so we can fill in those gaps. 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 6 to 1, 7 to 9. And we can hear this pattern come up all through the history of jazz, whether there's guys like Sonny Rollins and Joe Pass, to Bruce Forman, to Peter Bernstein. All these guys use these patterns. So let's take a look at how Bruce uses them. In this first example, we're just playing over an F major 7 chord. And Bruce is going from the 7th chromatically to the 2nd or the 9th. And then he's walking back down. So he's walking back down to the 7th chromatically, and the 6th and 5th. That's the whole line. Rhythmically, it's 1 triplet, 2 and 3 and 4 and. And articulation-wise, Bruce likes to slur the first 3 and pick the last one to kind of give the illusion of a crescendo through it. Because when horn players play stuff like this, they can crescendo through the phrase. We can't. If we're using slurs, we can't do that. But by picking the last note, we can kind of give the impression of a crescendo. The second example is a 2-5 in the key of F major. So we have G minor 7, C7, to F major 7. And Bruce starts by playing on the 5th of the 2 chord. So G minor, the 5th would be D. And he goes chromatically to the flat 7th, which is an F. Once he gets to that F, he climbs down an arpeggio, D, B flat, G, and he lands on A. Now this particular phrase never gets to the 1 chord. It's just a 1 measure phrase that only covers the 2-5. This third example is also a 2-5 in the key of F. And with this one, we start on the 2nd or the 9th of the G minor 7 chord. Start on A. And we chromatically go up to the 11th, which is C. And then we chromatically go down all the way to the root. All the way down to G. And that phrase covers our 2-5 portion. And we land on F, which is the root of the 1 chord. Once we get to F, then we go to the 5th, C, and then A. So 1 triplet, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 4. This one uses a ton of chromaticism, and it kind of just walks down to the 1 chord. We're just allowing that chromaticism to pull us to the 1 chord, which is kind of a cool concept. This last example is also a 2-5 in the key of F major. So we have G minor 7, C7, F major 7. It starts very similarly to the previous example, except we're in a different position. But we're still going from the 9th of the G minor 7 to the 11th, and we're chromatically going through that. And then we walk down chromatically to B flat, and then up to C, and then down to A, and then G. That's the 2/5 portion. And this right here is a very popular bebop cliche. You'll hear a lot of guys use that phrase exactly. And then from there, we jump up to C, and then down an octave to C, C sharp, D. And that's our 1 chord phrase. So here's the full phrase. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at this concept. This is another one of those concepts like Bruce's 3-note groupings that really made a big impact on my playing. And once I was exposed to it, I started hearing it everywhere. I started hearing everybody use it. Joe Pass, Sonny Rollins, all these great guys that I look up to use this pattern a lot in their playing. And we can take these examples from Bruce, and we can find many more of them all through the jazz history and really find ways to integrate them into our playing. So take these ideas and run through them in all the different keys and explore them in different positions too, because that'll open up the way you see these ideas all over the guitar. So thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.